Ravi tightened his grip on the shop counter. His small store, barely the size of a bedroom, smelled of old spices, dusty snacks, and kerosene. Outside, the hot wind blew dust into the street. Inside, a man stood silently in front of him. The man's name was Iqbal. He looked worn out. His kurta had more holes than fabric, and his slippers were held together with wire. But his eyes, they were proud. Too proud to beg. Too tired to argue. He placed 3 eggs, a packet of flour, and 1 half-used bar of soap on the counter. "I'll pay next week," Iqbal whispered. Ravi glanced down at the items. 40 rupees. Not much. But this wasn't the first time. "No credit," Ravi said firmly. "Not today." Iqbal didn't say anything. He just nodded, slowly picked up the items, and placed them back on the shelf one by one. As he walked out of the shop, Ravi watched him. But just before Iqbal crossed the street, a small boy ran up to him. "Abba. Mama is crying. There's no food at home." Iqbal didn't say anything. He just hugged his son and wept. That moment shattered Ravi's heart. Because he remembered a time not too long ago, when he was the one begging for food, and no one listened. The story begins. Ravi had opened his tiny shop 3 years ago. After struggling for most of his adult life, he had sold vegetables on carts, worked as a cleaner in a factory, and even dug wells in neighboring villages. But nothing lasted. Nothing gave him dignity. When he finally saved enough to open his store, it became his temple. His pride. His everything. He knew every regular customer by name. He gave sweets to children who helped their mothers carry groceries. But he had one strict rule: no credit. "Today credit, tomorrow beggar," his grandfather used to say. And Ravi believed it. Until Iqbal walked into his life. The mysterious stranger. Iqbal had appeared out of nowhere. He looked like he'd once been something more. Maybe a teacher. Or a farmer. His back was straight, his speech was careful. And he always said thank you even when rejected. For weeks, Iqbal came every few days. Bought little. Paid less. Always tried to offer something: an old coin, a piece of cloth, once even a small carved wooden whistle. "I used to make these," he said softly. "For children." Ravi had refused politely. Cash only. But something about Iqbal stayed with him. That quiet dignity. That haunting sadness. One night, Ravi followed him after closing his shop. The hidden truth. Iqbal lived in a tiny hut made of plastic sheets and cardboard, just beyond the railway tracks. Ravi watched from behind a tree. There was no bed. Just a mat on the floor. A woman lay coughing inside. His wife. Thin. Pale. 3 children sat in silence, sharing a single piece of stale roti. Iqbal came in with nothing in his hands. Still, he smiled. He lifted the youngest into his arms and told him a story about a prince who never gave up, even when the world turned its back. And then he sat down and wept silently. That night, Ravi couldn't sleep. The change of heart. The next morning, Ravi packed a small box with groceries, flour, lentils, sugar, tea leaves, and left it outside Iqbal's hut. He didn't knock. Didn't wait. Just walked away. When Iqbal came to the shop later, Ravi pretended nothing happened. But Iqbal's eyes told him everything. He knew. And he was grateful. Still, he never asked for credit again. He started bringing little things to trade: used books, broken radios, once even a brass bell from a temple. Ravi never accepted. But he started giving away damaged goods by accident. "Oops, this packet of biscuits is crushed. Take it for free." Iqbal never questioned it. Just thanked him quietly. The offer. One day, Iqbal brought something strange. A small wooden box. Inside were 40 handmade toys, spinning tops, carved birds, tiny flutes. "I made these when I had a shop in my village," he said softly. Before the flood took everything, Ravi picked up a spinning top. It was beautiful, balanced perfectly. I can't take this, he said. I don't want money, Iqbal replied. I want work. Ravi paused. His shop didn't need workers. It barely earned enough for one man. But something inside him whispered, give him a chance. Come every morning, Ravi said. Clean the shop. Sort the stock. I'll pay you tea, food, and dignity. Iqbal smiled. And that was the first time Ravi saw joy in his eyes. The festival rush. 2 months passed. Iqbal became part of the shop. Quiet, reliable, kind. Customers liked him. Children followed him. Then came the festival season. Ravi's shop was flooded with orders, snacks, oil, sweets, decorations. They couldn't keep up. Iqbal worked day and night, sleeping in the shop sometimes. He refused extra money. You already gave me more than anyone ever has, he said. One evening, a fancy car stopped outside the shop. A well-dressed man stepped out. He looked at Iqbal and froze. Bye. Iqbal turned. His smile vanished. The man was his younger brother. I thought you were dead, the man said, voice trembling. The past unveiled. The brothers hugged, eyes full of tears. Later, Ravi sat with them on the shop floor. Iqbal shared the whole story. I had a shop. A good one. Then the flood came. My wife got sick. I had to sell everything. I went to my brother. But I was too proud to ask for help. His brother looked down. And I was too proud to offer. They laughed through their tears. Iqbal's brother owned a big store in the city. Come work with me, he offered. But Iqbal shook his head. Not yet. I want to stay. Just a little longer. The Shop of Hope. Ravi expanded the shop. He added a shelf just for Iqbal's handmade toys. Kids loved them. They sold faster than any snack. One day, a man from the city bought 5 toys and asked, Can you make 200 of these for a school festival? Ravi looked at Iqbal. Iqbal smiled. Yes. Together, they turned the shop into a small toy workshop. Children from the neighborhood came to learn. Ravi handled the shop, Iqbal taught carving. The shop that once barely survived became a place of joy and respect. The full circle. 1 year later, Iqbal moved to the city to start a toy business with his brother. But every month, he sent a box of toys to Ravi's shop. He called it the Shop of Second Chances. Ravi placed a sign outside with the same words. People started coming from other villages. Not just to buy, but to believe. Believe that one coin, one choice, one moment of kindness could change everything. Ending note. The shop still stands. Old. Small. Simple. But if you walk in, you'll find more than food or toys. You'll find stories of second chances, of pride returned, of lives rebuilt. And maybe, just maybe, you'll walk out believing in miracles again.